mentioned, there's 9 new styles, 9 new colors in this Lux SE collection. So here they are side by side. Okay, let me do a switch and I'm gonna talk about theory. Now let me give you a peek of what this lace front looks like as well. I probably have like the only champion in this color. I think for me, Auburn Spice Rooted is my favorite color from this. Hi everybody, welcome back to the Chiquel YouTube channel. My name is Amanda and today I'm here to show you a whole bunch of the brand new Lux SE collection by Belle Tress. But before I jump into all of that for you, I'm gonna remind you to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can learn even more about alternative hair. All right, so Belle Tress recently released their Lux SE collection. Their Lux SE collection has 9 new styles with 9 new colors that are specific to the Lux SE collection. Now, if you're familiar with Belle Tress, you'll know that they have a Luxe collection, which was released about a year ago or so. They have now created this Lux SE collection, which is a cap that is almost identical to their Luxe cap, other than pretty much one change. And this change is going to bring that price point down just a little bit for you. So if you were to look at a Luxe cap from Belle Tress, it's gonna be 100% hand tied. It's a hand tied stretch cap. It's gonna have a full monofilament top, lace that goes all the way around your ear tabs with silicone ear tabs. And then now they've upgraded them to velvet nape with Velcro adjusters. So this is their Luxe cap. Now their Lux SE caps, which I'm showing you today, are going to have that same full monofilament top, that same ear to ear lace, silicone ear tabs, velvet nape, Velcro adjusters, but instead of a 100% hand-tied stretch cap, they have a partially hand-tied cap with closed wefting at the bottom. So because this is not fully hand-tied and we do have this machine sewn closed wefting at the bottom, that's gonna help bring the price point down just a little bit so you aren't spending quite as much as if it were a Luxe cap. So these Lux SE caps are gonna be a little bit less expensive. And this partial wefting here, this closed wefting here, is also gonna provide just a little bit more structure to the cap too. So here they are side by side. This is your Luxe cap with that full hand-tied cap. And then your Lux SE cap, you'll notice it has this partial wefting. So almost identical. Both the Luxe and the Lux SE also feature Belle Tress's Luxe fibers, which are their really buttery, soft and smooth, heat-friendly synthetic fiber that everybody seems to love. So you are gonna find the exact same fiber on the Lux SE cap as you do on the Luxe caps. Now, many people have found that the Luxe caps fit bigger than average, which it's true, they do. They do fit bigger than average, especially with the fact that they're quite stretchy. The Lux SE caps, I find that they fit average to a little bit bigger than average, but they do fit smaller than the Luxe caps, so they're not quite as big. So they are good for you average size folk out there, but they can also work if you are a little bit bigger than average too. Okay, so like I mentioned, there's 9 new styles, 9 new colors in this Lux SE collection. I have 8 out of the 9 styles to show you here today. I wish I had all 9. I'm just short 1. And I have 7 out of the 9 colors to show you too. So I won't do a full review on every single one, but I will obviously put the style on, give you a spinaroo, say a few little things about it, and then talk about the color and move on to the next. But at least I've shown you the cap, I've talked about the cap already, and that cap, that Lux SE cap with a partial hand-tied component to it, it's gonna be the same on all the styles I'm showing. So I don't need to re-show you the cap for each and every one. So that'll save some time too. Okay, so with all of that, I'm gonna start talking about the first wig, which is on my head right now, and this is called Perla. And I'm wearing this in the color Butterbeer Rooted. Now, many of you might be familiar with Butterbeer Blonde from their Cafe collection. I will tell you, I looked at both of them side by side, and they are almost identical. I could hardly tell them apart. So if you like Butterbeer Blonde from the Cafe collection, this is gonna be your go-to gal for the SE collection. If you're someone who likes Milkshake Blonde from their City collection, it's quite similar. And if you're someone who likes a Shaded Biscuit from Raquel Welch, again, similar idea. So let me turn and show you this wig and this color, and then I'll talk a little bit more about it. So the color code for Butterbeer Rooted has a 10, a 60, an 88, and an 8 in it. So what you're gonna see here is that 8 root, which is gonna be a medium, sort of neutral brown root. Then we do have some really creamy blonde going on in here with what I see is basically a touch of white throughout this. So with that color code 60 in here, 60 is a white tone, and I do see some subtle white throughout here to add some coolness to it. You're also gonna find some like toffee-ish tones throughout here to warm it up a little bit. Overall, this is a neutral to cool color in my opinion, because we are cooled off with all this lighter white and cool blonde, but we do have some of these warmer, sandy sort of toffee tones going throughout it as well. It's a really beautiful dimensional color that I think a lot of people will love. Now, overall, this style is a low density, just like all of Belle Tress's styles, basically. We have no permatease, and you're gonna find no permatease on any of these caps here because you don't find permatease on any hand-tied portions of a cap. So it'll sit nice low profile, nice low density, and there's not a lot of layering in this at all. It's basically all the same length. If you are someone who loves the wig Drive by Ellen Villa, then you're gonna love Perla. It's almost identical. This one's maybe just a little bit longer than Drive is. Let me give you a peek at that lace front. So on this color, they do bring the lighter bits forward to help conceal the knotting on your lace. And then of course, this is an ear-to-ear lace. So you're gonna get that lace going all the way around your ear tab. If you are tucking it behind your ears, just know that this lace is gonna lift a little bit. You might need to glue that down if you are a full-on ear tucker, or just leave some hair in front so you don't need to bother with the glue at all. All right, next I'm gonna go on to the wig called Theory, and this is in the color Sparkling Champagne. I just wanted to hold this up next to Butterbeer Rooted so you could see the difference. I find that Butterbeer Rooted is a little bit lighter and brighter than Sparkling Champagne Rooted. I also find Butterbeer Rooted to be a little bit cooler. I would say Sparkling Champagne is a little bit more neutral in tone and a little darker, leaning more to the medium blonde side with the brighter blonde highlights throughout it. Okay, let me do a switch and I'm gonna talk about Theory. So again, remember, these all are the exact same cap, so I'm not gonna go over them every single time. So the color code for Sparkling Champagne has a 60, a 103, a 613, and an 8 root. So we are gonna have a medium, sort of cooler brown root, but also there is a little bit of dark blonde coming throughout it to make it a little bit more neutral and soft of a root. So I find that the root on Sparkling Champagne is a little bit softer of a root than Butterbeer Rooted. So I don't know if you can tell the difference here, but Sparkling Champagne is just a little bit softer of a root. So in this color, we have some soft champagne blonde. There's also going to be more of a pale golden blonde going through this. And then you're gonna see more of that kind of white platinum blonde, adding more dimension through this as well. Now, Theory here is going to be your longest wig of the collection. Obviously, like, look how long this is. So let me do a spin for you. So on Theory, it is obviously layered, but the layers are not going to frame your face at all. They are going to be long layers that start like right at your chest here and cascade down super long. I look ridiculous. I can't fit this all in the frame here. I'm trying to get it in. So she's long, she's very long wig. But again, it's a lower density, no permatease, all the same stuff. Here's the lace front with this color. So again, they've also brought the lighter, more sort of golden tones to the front of the hairline to help disguise the knotting a bit. And then there, of course, the ear tab is going to be lifting again when you try and tuck it. So you can always glue that. Okay, next I'm going to show you guys Forte in the color Brown Sugar Cookie Rooted. So obviously this is a warm rooted color. So the color code for brown sugar cookie rooted is a 4, a 16, a 613, and an 8 root. We're gonna have a nice light, warm, golden brown base, and we're also gonna have some warm blonde going throughout this. And you're also gonna find sprinklings of even like platinum to create even more dimension in here. Plus, we do have a nice medium brown root that it's also a little bit darker than this root here. I would say that this is a very neutral toned root on brown sugar cookie rooted. But let me do the switcheroo here and I will get Forte on for you and give it a look. All right, so here is Forte in brown sugar cookie rooted. Let me start off with a spin. So this style is going to have a little bit more layering than the other styles we've seen so far. You're gonna find the layering should start generally a little bit past your chin and sort of cascades in the front all the way down to the bottom. So a little bit more layering in this one. Here's your lace front. Still the lighter golden pieces are brought forward to lighten up the knot. Same ear to ear lace. This would be a nice one in a half up, half down because we do have all these face framing bits in the front. So here's Forte in a half up, half down, in case you wanted to see a little bit of a preview of what that might look like. But again, low density, no permatease, easy to maintain since this is a straighter style. Okay, next up I have Cavalli for you in Cappuccino Latte Rooted. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do the switch right away and we'll talk about the color. Okay, so Cappuccino Latte Rooted is gonna have a nice rich medium brown root here. And then it goes nicely into, I would say, a warmer medium brown base. And then you're lightened up here with sort of these beige and even some golden blonde highlights throughout this. I would say this leans neutral to a little bit on the warmer side of neutral. All right, let me give you a spin. Okay, so Cavalli here is gonna be the wig with the bangs. So we have these lovely long bangs, long wispy bangs. Clearly they are too long to be worn forward, but that doesn't mean you can't cut them and create more of that straight across bang in the front. Or of course they are long enough to be pushed to the sides if that's what you would prefer. Obviously all of these have that full monofilament top, so you can part it anywhere on top. So you could part Cavalli to the side and make it more of a side swept bang too, which would be really nice. I know a lot of people love that side swept look. So Cavalli can definitely have that option with the length of the bangs that they come in. And then we do have some nice longer layers in the front as well here. And these layers, of course, carry on throughout the body of the wig as well, not just in the front. All right, let me take off Cavalli and we are moving right along to Estee. And I have Estee here in the color called Coolest Dark Brown. Not to be mistaken by Coolest Ash Brown from their City collection or their new Coolest Ash Brown Rooted. So this is Coolest Dark Brown Rooted. Now this is going to be a combination of a 2, 4, a 10, and a 4 root. So what that is going to be is a really nice blend of your darkest brown, a dark brown, and even more of a cool sort of smoky brunette, just very lightly dusted throughout here. So you can see the nice blend to create a little bit of dimension here, but yet not so it's such like streaky highlights. It's a very nicely blended color. And then we do have a darker brown root here, which of course is going to be very subtle on these darker colors as it is. So again, I'm wearing Estee in Coolest Dark Brown, so I'm going to give you a spin. So this is going to be your darkest brunette of all of the colors in this collection. Unfortunately, I don't have two of the brunettes to show you, the peanut butter chocolate rooted or the chocolate butter cream rooted. Those are the two colors I unfortunately don't have. But like I said, Coolest Dark Brown is going to be your darkest brunette of the bunch. Now let me give you a peek of what this lace front looks like as well. I know, like I mentioned all the time, the darker the knot, or sorry, the darker the fiber, the more evident the knotting is. But they have brought in the lighter sort of smoky brunette pieces up front to help make the knotting as less visible as they possibly can. And they actually do a pretty good job of that. It's really quite a natural hairline for a darker fiber. Now, although there is some layering in Estee, so you see it's shorter pieces here, it's not a ton of layering. You're still gonna find these front pieces are gonna be as long as the rest of the style pretty much. So you're not gonna have any of the face framing pieces up at front. They're all pretty long and droopy for the most part. And this will be your shortest wavy piece of the bunch. I don't have the style Polo today. So Polo is the one wig that I don't have here. Polo is gonna be your other wavy style from the SE collection. And you're gonna find Polo is a little bit longer and has a little bit more layering to the style. But I love on Estee how the curls on the front go away from your face. So that helps sort of open up your face in the front there. All right, next up, I'm gonna show you guys the one red color that they do have in this collection. And this I'm showing you on the style called Paige. So let me go ahead and get Paige on. And this color is called Auburn Spice Rooted. I think for me, Auburn Spice Rooted is my favorite color from this. So you're gonna find the color code is a 27, a 613, and an 8. So you're gonna find a base of a rich auburn tone, and it has a lot of multi-dimensional colors in here with copper blended throughout this and some golden tones as well. Plus, you're gonna find, see how it kind of gets brightened up ever so slightly with what I see is some platinum blonde, just like ever so slightly sprinkled throughout. So it really creates that dimensional aspect of this color. And then we have a medium brown root, which honestly, it's a very subtle root in comparison to the rest of the color, and it does blend pretty nicely into the body of the style. All right, let me give Paige a spin for you guys. So Paige is gonna be more of your structured bob, cute little bouncy bob. And if we straightened out these pieces in the front, you're gonna find that the front is a little bit longer than the back. Not by too much though, especially when we have it all structured and curled under here. You're gonna find just a touch of layering in the front, but not too much. The rest of the style is not really layered either. It all just kind of gradually comes a little bit longer in the front. Now we do have two bobs in this SE collection. So Paige, of course, on my head, and I get a lot of questions asking, how does Paige differ from Nina, which is right here? So I have Nina also in Auburn Spice Rooted. So I'm gonna give you one last look of Paige so that when I pop Nina on, you can see the difference. So notice how Paige, like I said, structured, a little bit shorter in the back, longer in the front, just by a touch, but Nina is gonna be more of your like standard straighter bob. Not a ton of structure, it's gonna be a little bit choppier, a little bit less done up, if you will. So here is Nina. I have one little hair that is just getting in my face. Where is it? Okay, there we go. Okay, let me give Nina a spin so you can see it right away. So overall, similar lengths, but as you can see, Nina is not as bouncy and structured as Paige was. Nina is gonna be more choppy at the ends, more feathered ends. And the layers, there's not a ton of layering in these. Like the layer is maybe like an inch above the longest piece in Nina, which does create for the feathery ends. But overall, I feel like Nina is gonna be more of your easy to wear everyday bob, whereas Paige is just gonna be a little bit more coiffed and done up. Let me show you the lace front with this color. I find that for all the lace fronts, I tend to love how lace fronts look with red fibers for some reason. I find them to be the most natural, but here it is, really natural lace front with the Auburn spice rooted. Now, of course, we have a full monofilament top on all of these styles. You could part it anywhere you wanted to. If you need that side part, then you can do it. Okay, Nina is coming off and I have one more style and one more color to show you. This is the color Iced Oyster Gray. Now, I will let you know, this is the style called Champion. Now, I was sent all of these styles as samples before they were even done being manufactured. And since I was sent Champion in Iced Oyster Gray, they have decided not to manufacture any of the longer styles in the Iced Oyster Gray. So I probably have like the only Champion in this color in all of the land. So Iced Oyster Gray is a color that they are only putting now on Nina, the bob, Paige, the other bob, Estee, the curly one I had, Polo, the one I don't have here, and one more. Oh, Perla, the very first one I showed, that longer sort of shoulder length straight one that looks like Drive. So they only have Iced Oyster Gray on 5 out of 9 of their styles. They will not have it on Theory, on Champion, on Cavali, or on Forte. So as we talk about this one, you'll need to look at this style separate from the colors. So we can look at the color and put that in a box, and then we can look at the style and know that this color is not available in that style and put the style in a box. So let me just spin first. Look at Champion. It's nice, stick straight, like it's super straight. This one will probably be the easiest to maintain out of all of them because there is hardly any structure to this. It's just literally that stick straight style. So whenever you get those frizzy ends, you can easily just take a fine tooth comb and a hair straightener and just go zoop, and those frizzy ends will go away. Or you can take a blow dryer brush, go through the ends, not having to worry about maintaining any of that structure here. All right, so even though this is a nice stick straight piece, we do have some layering throughout this. Especially in the front here, you're gonna find that it goes away from your face and gradually goes down to the bottom. So there is a little bit of layering in this, super light density on this one, feathery ends, nice and wispy. And of course, I mention this a lot, but on any style, you guys, especially if there's a full monofilament top and a lace front, you can put bangs into them. So it's really easy to bring this forward, add some heat to the root to redirect it to want to go forward, and then chop a bang, just like so. So if you want to bang in Cavali, if you want to bang in any of the ones I've shown you, then you absolutely can go ahead and take it to a stylist and do that. Okay, so Iced Oyster Gray is going to be a 39, a 51, and a 61. This is overall a very cool color, and you're gonna find lots of sort of icy platinum, so almost like that white platinum mixed with a nice pale gray in here. You're also gonna find little tiny hints of like a light beige blonde going throughout this. It's not super prevalent, but it is there. And then you're gonna notice how the nape has that darker gray. So let me bring that forward. So the nape has that dark gray in it to give you a little bit more dimension to this color. And just to confirm, this is not a rooted gray. So you're not gonna have any roots at all. Okay, you guys, I think I have shown you all of the styles that I have and all of the colors that I have. I've been getting a lot of requests to finally show the Lux SE collection, so hopefully this was helpful for you. I know when we get new collections coming out, it's always so nice to see whatever we can to help make those decisions for us. So if you have any more questions though, please let me know below. And I'd also love to hear about what your favorite style is from this collection and if there's any that you are wanting to get for yourself. I wish there were shorter ones in this collection. I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of comments being like, where are the shorter pieces? Unfortunately, the SE collection has no pixie cuts in it. But Belle Tress does have some really cute short and pixie styles in their previous collections. All right, you guys, I'm gonna let you go and have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being here and watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.